All right, welcome everybody and welcome to Change Now, the world's largest event for the planet. My name is Inge Mehus and I'll be your moderator here in our pitch garden. This session is dedicated to the circular economy where we'll meet the 10 winners and finalists of the Circular Challenge of CITEO. And they will present some fantastic innovative solutions for all of us today. We got lots to cover, but only 1 hour. So we'll jump straight into it and I will have Maureen Gauthier from CITEO, who's going to give us an introduction to our session. Maureen, over to you.
Thank you, Ingi. Hi, everyone. My name is Marine Gauthier, and I'm part of the innovation team in CITEO. We are really happy to sponsor this pitch session with our latest Circular Challenge finalist. Just before we start, I know we don't have much time, but I just wanted to say a few words about our program. So Circular Challenge is the open innovation program of CITEO, which aims at accelerating transition towards a circular economy by finding solutions both in France and abroad for 100% of households, packaging and papers. And thus, we truly believe that companies are part of the solutions and that the circular economy startups are tomorrow's SMEs, or at least really big change makers. And that's why we are launching actually today at ChangeNOW on the Circular Challenge Accelerator, which is a new impact accelerator dedicated to circular economy. It's both an impact incubator and a platform for 1,650 projects from 89 countries. So what do we want? We want to provide long-term support to projects on waste prevention, or on eco-design, on sorting, on collection, on reuse, on recycling. So if you're a startup and you're here in the audience, please go on our website and apply to join the accelerator. Applications are open until 11th of June. And it only takes 10 minutes to apply, and we're really keen on knowing more about your project. And also, if you are a CITEO's customers here, you also will have the chance to accelerate your project, since we are opening applications in July for companies. So please be in touch with us, and we will come back to you once the applications are open. And we will let you know about that. And if you are media, a school or a financial institution, or if you are part of the ecosystem and you want to join us on this Circular Challenge adventure, please contact us. We truly believe in collaboration to make our economy circular. So long story short, thanks to everyone that are assisting to this session, and thanks to the jury for being here also. And now let's listen to these great solutions for a more sustainable planet.
Thank you so much, Maureen. And we're going to hear this fantastic solution in a moment. And before we do that, let's introduce our fantastic jury. You're all going to get 30 seconds to introduce yourself. And we'll start with Anne-Claire Vieux. Over to you.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Anne-Claire Vieux. So I'm business angel at the INSEAD Alumni Business Angel Club, and founder of Just a Planet, the mobile gaming company that helps waste sorting in real life. So if you feel ready to raise funds, please apply and put your pitch deck in the platform called Gust, and we'll have a look. Thank you.
Thank you. And Claire, I'm going to hand it over to Marc Mugal.
Yeah, hi there. I'm Marc from Business Buddies. Business Buddies is a customized accelerator for sustainable companies. We are based in Berlin, and we support companies mainly in building the company, sharpen the strategy, and getting the funding. And yeah, if you're interested, you can find more on our website. It's businessbuddies.berlin. Thank you.
Thank you, Marc. And then I'll hand it over to Leon Guerre.
Hi, everybody. My name is Leon. I'm with Partech. Partech is one of the largest VCs based out of France. We invest across all the continents. We're very proud that we launched the Partech Africa a few years ago. Now we're investing very heavily in Asia as well, across all the sectors. And personally, I'm looking after very closely all the impact, climate related, and food and agri, circular economy. And so feel free to reach out to Leon, Partech Partners, and looking forward to the sessions.
Leon, thank you. And then over Tamim El Zain.
Hi everyone, my name is Tamim El Zain. I'm one of the co-founders of Seed Stars Africa Ventures, an early stage fund focusing on sub-Saharan Africa with a footprint in 25 countries. Having worked most of my career in or in relation with emerging markets, I'd say I have a pretty good understanding of these markets. And while the fund is sector agnostic, obviously sustainability themes and including circular economy of particular interest to us, and obviously also to the continent.
Thank you, Tamim. And then over to Olivier Mougenou.
Hello everyone, my name is Olivier. I'm a partner at Citizen Capital, which is one of France's, pioneering impact or venture for impact fund. We invest in companies whose business is to solve global social and environmental issues. We've been doing this for about 10 years. We manage 140 million, spread across two funds. One is a growth or late stage venture fund. One is an early stage fund, which invests in companies doing less than 2 million euros of revenue or growth margin, if they are marketplaces or have businesses in the distribution space. We've been very active in the circular economy in the last 2 years. Invested recently in a C2C circular economy platform or marketplace for parents, and in a waste management platform about 2 years ago, and we're looking forward to doing more investment in this space. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you, Philippe. And then I'm going to hand it over to, Olivier. I'm going to hand it over to Philippe Portela.
Hi, hello everyone. Happy to be here. Philippe Portela from ChangeNOW Impact. We are based in Portugal, and we are a pre-seed impact investor, and we invest across all of Europe. We invest usually tickets from 50K up to $500,000 as first tickets. And again, we are very agnostic on the impact. We're just looking for lockstep models, so business models that have revenue and impact side by side. Thanks.
Thank you, Philippe. And finally, Victor Mora.
Thank you, Ingi. Hello, everyone. I'm representing 50 Partners Impact, which is a Paris-based positive impact startup accelerator. We are co-founded by 50 successful entrepreneurs. And in a few words, the program provides only a few selected startups with high-quality mentoring, financing, international connections, networking, and also beautiful office spaces in central Paris. So very happy to be here and happy to connect with all of you.
Thank you, Victor, and thank you all, jury member. All right, let's dig into the juicy parts. Oh, sorry, Robin. I haven't had my list. I apologize. Robin Waters, over to you.
Yeah, sorry, so many jury members. I'll keep it very brief. Very happy to be here. Very sad that it's in two-dimensional instead of real life. So my name is Robin. I'm a technology journalist and analyst focused on the European tech industry in particular. I don't have any money to invest, but I have very shitty advice to give. So if you want to reach me, you can reach me on robin@tech.eu.
Never underestimate shitty advice. Thank you so much, Robin. All right, now I think we're ready to dig into the juicy parts. We have 10 fantastic people here today, and the way that we're going to do it today, we're going to do 5 pitches. We're going to pitch for 3 minutes, and then we're going to do 10 minutes Q&A, and then we're going to repeat with the following 5, 3 minutes each, and then 10 minutes. And the first one on my list is Benjamin Perry, CEO from Pixo. Benjamin, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone, and thank you very much for this opportunity. So I'm going to try the slide share, right? So let me just check if it works. Yeah, it does. Wow, magic. So thank you so much for having me here. So I'm Benjamin, the CEO of Pixo. Pixo is a company I founded with my associate François. François and I met at school, the engineering school, Central Paris. We made the first project together and then both went our ways. I went into AI and François was working at McKinsey. And in 2018, François contacted me and told me, okay, let's drop our jobs and change the world. So that's what we did, founding Pixo. Pixo is about reducing waste and more precisely packaging waste. Packaging waste in France represents 36,000 tons of waste every day. It's the actual weight equivalent of 5 Eiffel Towers that are thrown away every day only in France. The vision of Pixo is that tomorrow all these packagings will be reusable, not recyclable, not compostable, but reusable. And actually the law is on our side because in France, as you may know, in January 2023, there is a huge packaging ban concerning mainly the fast food industry. It's called the McDonald's law in our sector. And basically, big actors such as McDonald's have to transit from disposable packaging to reusable ones. So how does it work for them? They have many problems linked to that. The first one is that they have to manage a whole new business model. Basically, with disposable packaging, you buy a disposable pack for maybe 20 cents, and then you have this 20 cents in the final price, right? If you use reusable packaging, you are restaurants, you buy a €3 reusable packaging, and you have to amortize that around for maybe 5, 10, 20, 50 cycles you don't really know. And that's a problem in terms of equilibrium in your financial plan. Second problem, you have to manage a whole new supply chain. Basically, you have to make sure that your dirty reusable packs have been transported to washing centers. Washing centers have to wash them and then distribute them back to the restaurants. So it's something whole new for restaurants that they have to handle. Moreover, they need to have collectors for the end users to drop their dirty packs, the clients, you and me, dirty packs in collectors. And that brings me to the final points. It needs to be as easy as possible for final clients to use. So what does Pixo do? We manage a pool of reusable containers that are all connected. Every single reusable container in our managing pool is connected with a unique ID. And basically we gather data all around the supply chain of a reusable container. So from washing centers to distributors, basically restaurants, to collectors. And with this data, we make sure that the whole stocks is right at any time on the supply chain for our clients and they don't have a lack of stocks. Moreover, we handle banking partners that are our partners for having deposit system for the end clients to bill the clients that don't bring back the containers. And we make sure that the logistics work well and we plan the rounds of the logistics between collectors and washing centers. The business model is quite easy. You have a subscription fee to join the ecosystem of Pixo and benefit from all our washing centers, logisticians, collectors, and distributors. And if you're a distributor, you pay a transaction fee every time you use a clean, reusable container. Over the last 12 months, we signed actually the biggest players in the market, so we are really proud of it. And so we are now exploding all around France. We won a few awards that are helping us to manage the last few companies we didn't have yet. We are raising funds right now, so we are right into the roadshow for all the investors listening now. But we spoke with a lot of you actually, so thank you very much, and I'm here for your questions.
Thank you, Benjamin. Oh my gosh, 5 Eiffel Towers worth of trash. I'm so happy to hear and providing your solution. All right, we're going to go straight to Carsten Hisch, the CEO from Plastic Fissure.
Hello. I will also try out now the magic to click my presentation. I don't see my presentation at the moment. Here we go. Wow. Okay, magic works. Yeah, hi. I'm Carsten, CEO, co-founder of Plastic Fissure, and our mission is to develop and deploy efficient and cost-effective waste collection technologies for rivers around the world. And our vision is to clean rivers and save oceans. And this is because 12 million tons of plastic are entering the oceans every year. I don't know how many Eiffel Towers this is, but I guess it's a lot. And most of it is coming from Asian rivers. And one of the problems is that the plastic that we find there is not recyclable and that collecting it costs money. So we take advantage of it and use very simple technology to collect it from the rivers. We invented the trash boom. It's a swimming barrier you will see in the next slide. And we are operating this now in India, Indonesia, and Vietnam. And hopefully now the video plays. Yeah, and we can see it in action here in the CITEO River, one of the most polluted rivers in the world, where it stops about 1,000 kilograms of plastic every week. We can see the army picking it up from the system here, and it's produced from locally available materials. So we try to boost the local economy, work closely together with the local communities, and create social impact. By not importing any of our parts, we ensure that the repairment can be done fast and we can scale up quickly. And yeah, as I said, we also create jobs. So we collect it from the rivers and bring it to the shores. And now we come to the business model, how everything is financed and what happens with the waste afterwards. I clicked already, but it's not. Here we go. Okay, so we collect it from the rivers, then we set up sorting facilities and separate the waste between the recyclable and non-recyclables. The recyclables are sold to local recyclers or the European premium market, and the non-recyclables are incinerated with energy recovery. And we are financed through plastic footprint compensation. It's the analogous of the carbon offsetting, basically. Companies can finance our operations per ton depending on their size of their footprint, plastic footprint. And we audit, or a third party audits our whole process from collection to processing for our customers. And they are then certified plastic neutral. Another way of supporting us and being part of the solution is joining the Plastic Fissure Club. So with this, we give companies the chance to pay us a monthly fee and use our logo on their products so they can commercialize and promote that they support our operations around the world with their profit and invest into, a global problem. So, we consist mostly of engineers. I have a background in law, but I decided to change my career path, as so does my CTO, who was lead engineer in the Navy for 10 years and also decided to change his career path and help us creating new technology and improving ours. So I invite you to be part of the solution, fish with us, get in touch with me, and let's talk about plastic footprint compensation or about the Plastic Fissure Club. I'm looking forward. Thank you. Merci.
Thank you, Karsten. What an operation that you are running. All right, we're going to go straight to Anas Binevin. He's coming from FlexiKick. Over to you. We'll just give it a second until the slide comes up. And I think you might be muted, Anas. Okay, we'll give you a second. I think we're all familiar with this mute-unmute challenge in these days. Still can't hear you, unfortunately. What we can do, we can go to the next one and we can come back to you, Anas, and then give you a chance to fix the audio. So in the meantime, we go to Lea Gott, the co-founder of Hiply, and we'll get back to you, Anas, in a moment.
Hi, hello everyone. I couldn't download the clicker, so I will need some help. If you can help me with my slides, please. I don't know if you can. Perfect. Thank you very much. So, as you said, my name is Lea Gott, and I'm the co-founder of Hiply. Hiply is a reusable packaging that fights e-commerce waste. As you know, e-commerce is growing fast, and especially this year. And with more than 90 billion single-use packaging shipped every year in the world, we want to act. So, to help consumers and brands fight e-commerce waste, we conceived a packaging that can be reused up to 100 times, and the logistics to ensure that each one of them really is reused. Can you please click on my slide? Thank you, and the next one. Thank you very much. So IPLI is a packaging as a service, and our clients are e-commerce brands. So they buy our service for about €2 per use, which includes the prepared return of the empty packaging back to us. So brands use our packaging for their shipments exactly the same way they would use a single-use packaging, except that when their clients receive their order, they don't put it in the bin. They fold the empty packaging in letter size and send it back to us in France so that it can be reused by other brands, other people. So let me show you how it works. If you can play the video, the previous one. I don't know if it worked. Yeah. So it can be folded in very small letter size packaging. So we did it because we wanted to measure the impact of our solution, and we have asked for a normative study to be done by experts. It's called a life cycle assessment, and it measures all the impact of our product, but also our service at every step of its way. So that's where this specific design came from, because designing a reusable product that would be very light and would take very little space during the transport was very important to limit its carbon footprint. Also, IPLI is always offered as an option on our client website at the checkout, so that only people who are environmentally conscious can choose to receive the order in a reusable packaging. This to make sure that only people willing to send the packaging back will receive one. Again, we worked on design to make it easy and fun to fold and return it, but also on the network and communication for everybody to really understand the impact. So our solution has less impact than a cardboard box from the second rotation, and on 100 cycles, it has 83% less impact than a cardboard box. After a few months, we already have 100 brands joining our adventure, and I believe that we are the first company to not only make proof of concept tests with major companies, but really industrialize our concept. We just signed a year-long contract for several 100,000 reusable packaging with one of the biggest e-commerce players in France, and there are lots more to come. End users are also massively adopting IPLI, and more importantly, 90% of them will return the packaging back to us. In a few weeks, we will launch a new reusable packaging for cosmetics and for fragile items, and there are still a lot to do, and we are currently working on 2 major projects which are going to make a tremendous difference in the fight against e-commerce waste by making reusable packaging more affordable and add more usage value for everyone involved. So please don't hesitate to reach out should you want to know more. I'd be happy to talk with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Leah. We are running a little bit behind, so we're now going to jump straight into Stefan Merit, and he is the International Business Development Manager from Laser Food 2007 SL. Stefan, over to you.
Hello, good afternoon. I see 2 big arrows, and I see now my presentation, so great. So I'm Stefan, I'm the sales manager at Laser Food. So Laser Food, it's a Spanish company that was created in 2006 by people that came from the agro-industrial sector. We are not people from the laser industry, but we had a great idea that was to try to find a permanent way of identifying fresh fruits and vegetables. So we thought that the laser would be the best way to do it. And so the big adventure started. So what is natural branding? Our technology, we call it natural branding. It's a breakthrough in the produce identification because the product becomes the label. We have our main objective was to get rid of the stickers for 2 reasons that I will explain later on. We use low intensity lasers. We have developed with the laser industry, we have developed special lasers that we use for our purpose. And the main important factor that we're looking for is not to damage the product, otherwise there would be no market for that. So natural branding, it's a permanent mark that we make on any kind of fruit or vegetable. The shelf life of the product is not affected. That was the main challenge that we came across, and we overcame it. There is absolutely nothing involved in our process. There is no ink, no glue, nothing. It is not a tattoo, and each product reacts in its own way because you get a different color according to the product that you're marking. So thanks to our technology, there is no glue, no paper, there is no plastic packaging on the product, and for that reason, we reduce the carbon footprint by 99.9% because we eliminate everything that is around the sticker. The technology is contactless. It allows to identify organic products, which was a big boost for our technology recently. It allows full traceability by the piece because you can mark a code on a piece of fruit. And it's also a fantastic communication and marketing tool because you're always only a click from a new design on your product. These are examples of our machines. These are systems that were designed for industrial use, which is a big important feature of our technology. It is you can have up to 3 lasers in the machine. So it's a system that was designed by people from the agro-industrial sector from the inside. We have always kept important contacts with the administration, and we have developed participated to the laser mark project with the European Commission in 2007, and in 2013 we had a regulation voted by the European Commission to regulate our technology and make it possible in Europe. We have a worldwide presence. We are present not only in Europe, which is our main market, but we are in North America, in Asia, and we are looking to expand. And our main challenge now is to make our technology available globally. So thank you very much for your attention, and I'll be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you so much, Stefan, for that presentation. And now we're going to go to our last pitch of this round, which is Jose Manuel Muller, the CEO and founder of Algramo. Jose, over to you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jose Manuel Muller, the CEO and founder of Algramo. I'm going to wait a couple of seconds for my presentation, if that's okay.
It always takes a couple of seconds, but it will be here in a moment.
Sure, no problem. There you go. Great. So I'm Jose Manuel Muller, the CEO and founder of Algramo, a company that's trying to keep the packaging in the economy and out of the environment. Next, please. So what we're trying to solve is 3 problems. The first one that we call the poverty tax. So what we're trying to solve is a social but also an environmental problem. The poverty tax happens when the families, they don't have enough resources to get the largest packaging and they're forced to get the smallest one, the sachet. For example, for coffee, for laundry detergent, for cooking oil, etc. And doing that, they're paying up to 40% more than the users that they have enough resources to get the largest one. So we call that the poverty tax. That problem is really well tied with the packaging waste problem that actually we have a bunch of companies and solutions solving this problem here. That today is one of the main crises that we have, but also this represents a challenge for the retailers, how to adapt this new solution into a retail space. So what is Algramo? Is a platform that enables the consumer to get the product, not the packaging. Next slide, please. So what we are doing, we have an omni-channel solution that means home delivery, on the go, and retail solution that offers product at the lowest price point as possible with a reusable and refill solution. Something really relevant for us that we are not designing this only for high-income millennials, vegetarians like me. We're designing this for everyone that makes decision based on price. Next slide, please. So how this works, we have 3 main elements: an app or an Algramo account that people pre-charge with their money. We have a smart packaging that works with RFID or NFC chips, and IoT connected dispense machines, and they will show you where you can find those. So how this works, people has their own account that they can pre-charge or they can pay at the dispenser point. The packaging has the chip links the user with the packaging, and each time that someone refills, they're paying around 30% less the price. Plus, we tell them how much plastic or packaging they're saving with that, and based on that number, we give them a deposit into the packaging. We want to change how people see packaging from something that is disposable to something that is a wallet. And actually, we're eliminating reverse logistics because the people is refilling at point. And with some product like food, there's some challenge around that. We have developed and patented a sanitization station that solves that. Next slide, please. So today we have operations in Chile, in US, and we have recently launched in Jakarta, Indonesia. And in the coming month, we're going to be launching with Walmart Mexico. And at the end of this year, we're in advanced conversation with a retailer in UK for next year getting to France. Actually, that's why we're here. So we are working with Unilever, we're working with Nestle, now we're working with Walmart. We are developing more technology with other partners that I cannot mention yet, but our idea is to increase the portfolio of product and to invite the retailers to move into a retail space, not only in foods, where we have been a lot of solutions. Now we want to make more complex product, but also invite the brands that today are not part of this solution. We have the traceability through our technology that enables the partners, the traceability for the consumer to know how much money and plastic they're saving, and also the scalability because it's a cheaper solution. We're Algramo, and the last slide, please, and thanks for the invitation.
Jose, thank you so much, and thank you to all of you five who first pitched. We're a little bit behind schedules. We're going to do a little bit of a lightning round of Q&A, but don't worry, you've got to get plenty of time after this session to keep networking and keep talking. So I'm going to open the floor to the jury now to see if there are any questions to our first 5 change makers. Who would like to start?
I'm happy to kick it off. I was curious about the economics of plastic Fissure in particular. So Carsten, if you can tell me a little bit more about how that works, that would be fantastic.
Okay, so we're aiming to bring down the cost of collection, and with our low tech, I think we're on a good way to do that. We think and believe that the price per ton that companies pay should not be too low. So we hope to be able to offer our customers our services of plastic footprint compensation for roughly $400 to $500 per ton. Yeah, and cover with this our operations, and also be able to scale in Asia with that. I hope this answers the question.
Sorry, I have a question for Pixo. Thanks everybody for the pitches. I guess one of the main interest of packaging is branding, right? Now, if you're using reusable packaging, how are you coping with that overall?
Yeah, actually, it depends on the size of the clients. Some clients don't really mind having like mutualized pool of containers because they are not big enough actually to invest in their packaging. So it's not a problem for them, and they can make some economies by sharing their packs with other brands. Some big brands, such as some I can't really name right now, have their own packaging, and they design themselves, they brand them, and actually it's feasible for them because they are so big, they will put so many reusable packaging on the market that actually the operations, basically logistics and washings, will adapt to these brands and then can be profitable.
Thanks.
I also have one question, Benjamin. Do you have the different types of packaging? So one for burger, one for pasta, and one for Asian, or?
Yeah, we try with CITEO actually to standardize the containers to make them as standard as possible, but we need a full range of containers. So we have right now, if I remember correctly, 50 references in our catalog for beverages and foods, and actually restaurants can choose, and it depends on the volumes and stuff like that. But yeah, we can have various type of containers, but as I was saying, we are trying to push our clients to standardize. And we do that because the more standard the container they choose is, the less they will pay for operations.
I thought it was quite impressive, all the carbon footprints you're saving, and I was wondering if when you developed your solutions, you thought about also your own carbon footprint, and is what you're building or your product is recyclable or reusable, or have you considered a way to reduce also your own carbon footprint?
Sorry, who is the question for?
I think it's for all of them, honestly.
Maybe there's one we'll go one quickly before we move on to the next round of pitching.
Yes, maybe I can answer for my part if you want. For ePli, so we did a life cycle assessment. So of course, it takes into account all the impacts of the product and services, and that means that we also measured and assessed all the impacts of our product, meaning that we took into account the end of life, of course, and we worked on that, and we had a solution to recycle 96% of our product, but we also measured all the transportations and also all the impacts of the company as a whole. So yes, it takes into account all of the impact, and that's what helped us to measure the reduction of the carbon footprint.
Thank you, Leah, and thank you for all the questions for the jury members. I know this just is a tip of the iceberg, but there will be more time to dig deeper and network after this session. So we're going to now jump into our second round of pitchers, and we're going to start with Elise Ray Dubossois from Bric à Vrac. Elise, the floor is yours.
Yes. Do you see the presentation?
Not yet. Just give the tech 1 minute, and I'm sure it'll come up in a second.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Elise from Bric à Vrac, and we want everyone to go bulk. So first, let's speak about Sophie. Sophie is a consumer that takes the resolution the 1st January to go bulk because she wants to avoid the plastic consumption. Here's what she sees. She sees that tightness in the containers of bulk. She also sees that it wasn't easy to use, and at the end, when she wanted to pay, she had a very expensive bill because she didn't know what she was going to buy and how much it was going to cost. Therefore, back to her house, she didn't have the information about the gluten inside the pasta. She didn't remember if she bought pasta without gluten or with gluten. So here's a problem for the consumer in the bulk. Now let's go to Fabio's problem. Fabio installed a new grocery system, and here what he found. It didn't thought it was going to take this time to take containers from Sophie, but also to stick new information about the containers and the product inside. To use, but also to market everything and to follow everything that is sold, and to clean the part of the supermarket, to throw up a lot of product because people didn't know what they're going to buy at the end. So they left them in the supermarket. And you have got a lot of back problem because of because of the way they are going. Thus, this is why we create Bric à Vrac, which is a new distributor 2.0, which shows to the consumer the price and the quantity in life of the product that is taking at the gas pump. So we also have a consumer app that helps the consumer to have the information, as Sophie for the gluten about her pastas, and we also have a dashboard which helps the supermarket to go bulk, because they have all the information you need to maintain clearly is part of the supermarket. Therefore, our services is all inclusive. We have the application, the dashboard, the wall, also the machine, and we also have the maintenance, preventive and curative, to maintain our services as the best for the supermarket to avoid the losses and not the sales, and the certification to have the all-inclusive service. So we have a complementary team from mechanical to computer engineering and business engineering and business manager, and we want everyone to go bulk. So see you in the bulk sector. Thanks.
Thank you, Elisa. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. Then we're going to go over to Camera Vesic. She's the Directrice Générale from PicPic Environment. Camera, over to you.
Hello. Thank you for welcoming me, but please don't be disappointed. I am not a company like you. I am an NGO, I am an association. So I'm not selling anything today. What a surprise. I don't have any technology, any tech for good. I just have here an educational solution. So please be patient. It won't be long. I will explain that to you. And you will see that it's so different from all the others. But maybe you will still be interested. So my name is Camera. I am 48 years old. I've been working a long time in various companies. And when I have my 3 kids, I decided to quit all that and to be with other families and to think how to help families to get more into environment. So 12 years ago, we did create this association, NGO, called PicPic Environment, and you see the little bee here. Can you please change the... Thank you very much. So our project here, sorry, it's in French. I'm so sorry. It's about circular economy, and we have created a loop so as to connect people and companies. So what is the problem exactly? On one hand, you have a lot of people creating waste. They do throw away their clothes, their electronics, everything, and they don't really know where to put that. And on the other hand, you have a lot of small companies, not always startup, not always big companies, but it could be craftsman, or what we call here in France, ESS, social and responsible economy, and they don't really match. So this is our project, and you can see it on the next slide. I'm always finished. So we are creating this loop, and we are already doing that for maybe 2 years now. We are trying that in the east of Paris, especially in the territory of Est Ensemble and Plaine Commune. So we create events regularly during the year, where these two people do meet, so the citizens and the company. So the citizen, they do give all what they don't want, and the company, they do get. What do they get? Textiles, books, furniture, old computers, old smartphones. So they are very happy to get all that, and they can either repair it or throw it in the right bin. What do we offer? We offer education for the citizen, how to sort their waste, what is waste becoming after treatment, and so on, how to buy in a better way. The previous lady said, why not buying bulk, for instance? And on the other hand, we also do training for the craftsmen and the small industries, because most of the time they do know their own job, but they don't really do know how to discuss with the
students. I am so sorry, Camera. I have to cut you there. Thank you so much.
So it was the loop.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Camera. And don't undersell NGOs. They can be a force of nature to create change. Thank you so much.
Our base is social. It's social base.
Yes. Wonderful. All right. We're going to go to Arnaud Lancelot. Oh, sorry. Marjorie Dorset first from Lixo. Marjorie, it's over to you.
Hi everyone. I we'll wait for a few seconds, and I don't see the arrows, so I might need some help switching the slides. Thank you everyone for being here. My name is Marjorie. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Lixo. Lixo is slightly different from the companies that were presented before me, because most of those focused on reducing the waste, and it's great, and it's what needs to be done. What we're focusing on is what happens next, what happens when waste exists, which is sort of unavoidable when you think about bio waste, construction waste, medical waste, or any kind of waste, really. Next, please. The baseline is recycling and revalorization is still slightly inefficient for many reasons. Next, please. The main being that all along the value chain, whether it's during waste collection, waste sorting, or waste recycling, there are sort of frictions, sort of places where inefficiency happens. The reason behind that, next please, is because waste management companies have a monitoring problem. Basically, they don't know what they have to valorize, what they have to sort, what they have to collect. They don't really know what the waste flows are composed of. Is it plastic? Is it anything else? Well, the answer we bring is a waste performance optimization solution for the entire industry. What we do is we analyze waste anywhere in real time to know exactly what we're dealing with. Next, please. It's a tech solution, but it's rather simple. It's 3 technological bricks. The first one is hardware devices that we place anywhere along the value chain, in trucks, in plants, on construction sites, or anywhere where waste has to be treated or transported or valorized. The next brick is computer vision algorithm that analyze in real time the images captured by the devices. And the third brick are dashboards that present under KPIs what is analyzed. Next, please. We target all the value chain, and I'm gonna go a little faster. So next slide. And basically what we do is that we're focusing on municipal waste for now, but we can expand to the entire market to other types of waste anywhere in the world. Next, please. We have a fantastic team, mostly tech, but I'm the non-tech person, and we have a great network of mentors from waste management professionals. But next, please. What I would like to focus on here is our responsibility that we hold as tech companies. We do produce some waste, electronic waste or other types of waste, and we have included in our internal ways of working that the measure of that impact and a target of reducing that impact, whether it's data or waste. And it's really absolutely dear to us. That was a little fast, but thank you very much for listening to me, and hope to chat a little longer. Thanks.
Thank you, Marjorie, for doing a little bit of extra effort to keeping in time. And like we said, there will be time more for questions in a moment. And now I'm going to hand it over to Arnaud Lancelot, the co-founder of Cozy. Over to you, Arnaud.
All right, thank you very much. All right. I don't see the arrows either, but I will ask for changing slides. Thank you very much. So I'm Arnaud, co-founder of Cozy. We are a sustainable brand in the cosmetics industry, and we provide solutions and equipments to the major players of the industry. Next slide, please. So we started 4 years ago now, because at the time we already heard a lot. Consuming is bad, producing is bad, traveling is bad, eating meat is bad, and so on. And basically, of course, this brings anxiety to all the people, but also we consider that it's absolutely wrong, because, next slide, please. If you do the good choice as a consumer, you can indeed consume better, produce better, travel better, eat better, and then, in few words, live better. And this is how started our adventure in Cozy. Next slide, please. Cozy is beauty brand, so skincare products dedicated to efficiency and well-being, of course. So it can be skincare products for the body, for the face, and so on. And basically, our brand is very engaged in different ways. Next slide, please. So first, all our ingredients are organic and natural and made in France. So, and it's not in spite of the efficiency of the product. And also we have a strong focus on zero waste approach and refillable solutions. Yes, refillable solutions in the cosmetics industry. How do we do it? Next slide, please. We launched on the market 2 years ago now the dosers. This is a machine that is equipped in store and that enables the consumer to refill himself his skincare products, be it face cream or toothpaste or whatever. He can refill, and the machine will handle all the technical aspects that are hygiene and traceability. So this is very important because we have rolled it out in more than 50 stores now. And next slide, please. We want to push the solution for the whole market. So we also equipped all the brands, major international brands, and you can click 4 or 5 times, please. Global brands that now are equipped with our machine. We have developed specific systems for them so that the consumers of Yves Rocher, Pierre Fabre, Beauty Kitchen, Musela, and many more to come can indeed refill their bottles and do not waste anymore. So all in all, I would say that circular economy is a must if we want to switch to a sustainable consumption. And this is absolutely feasible in the cosmetic industry. We have already started, and this is only the beginning of the journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Arnaud. All right, I just want to check if we still have Anas with us.
Yes, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Wonderful. I'm going to give the floor to you.
Wonderful.
Best of luck.
Okay, so let's see if let's start. So internet clicker looks like it's working, but I cannot see my slides. Oh, now I can. Nice. So FlexiCake is my company. Our baseline is be eco-friendly, be smart, as in there is no environmental impact if there is no financial performance. I will explain later. So it all starts with the pint of beer. I guess at least some of you here already had a pint of beer in their life. So that's how it started. But first, I'll introduce you quickly to the team. So it's we founded FlexiCake 3 years ago, Jean-Christophe and I. So we had almost 2 years of development, patents, and we put the product to market a little more than a year ago. So Jean-Christophe and I are both engineers and also have business studies. Jean-Christophe takes care of the technical side of things and I take care of the business. So we have realized that the beverages and pretty much every liquid producers, they have 2 choices for their containers. Either they use steel containers or plastic containers. Steel is reusable, however, it's heavy and expensive, and it's 1.5 kilograms of carbon footprint for each move. And you have the disposable containers, plastic, PET med, and PET, and so on. So we decided to come up with a solution that would have the advantages of both. So we designed reusable kegs, but that can be folded when they're empty. That means a lot of CO2 avoided. There is no plastic waste, as in the disposable containers, but also way cheaper to use. So that's what I was talking about at first. So we decided to have impact, but we knew that if we had a normal product, that wouldn't work. So we came up with a cheaper product. It's comparing to other containers, it's 10 to 15% cheaper to use FlexiCake than the others. So and it provides a way better conservation of the beverages and all the other liquids. So we work for bars, restaurants, for the producers for beer, wine, but also for all kinds of products. We also work with Perrier, And we work for the bulk goods industry, for Biocop, Day by Day, and others to come. It's a big market for around 4.4 billion euros for just the markets that we are exploring right now. And quickly about our impact, so we had 10 times our turnover for the past year, but also 4.2 tons of plastic waste and 1.8 tons of carbon footprint avoided. The important thing here is that for each keg used, it's 1 kilograms of CO2 avoided and 2 kilograms of plastic waste. And as you can see, here is a quick list of our partners. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Anas, and thank you for all of you wonderful pictures here today. I apologize, we are running out from Q&A, but there will be the virtual room. So if you follow the link in the chat now in a moment, you can spend more time and dig deeper and network with everybody. That's it. That marks the end of this session of the Circle Economy Challenge. I thank you all for coming in, juror members, wonderful change makers, and all of you tuning in from around the world. I hope you leave this session inspired and ready for action. Enjoy the rest of your Change Now program. Bye, everybody.